The war of words between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama chilled to a near truce at last night's debate. But let's take a look beyond the words and see what their body language was saying. Dan Hill is a facial coding expert and author of Emotionomics, Winning Hearts and Minds. Thanks very much for being with us.
Happy to be here.
Let's start at the beginning because you see Barack Obama. It's kind of wide shot, but you see him pulling out Hillary Clinton's chair. He did it again at the end of the debate, very chivalrous. What do you read into this?
Well, this all goes back to Monday when he stepped on his own applause line. I mean, he'd gotten the ringing endorsement from Kennedy and even a fairly strong attack on Clinton, frankly. He should have gotten a tremendous boost from that. But then he went to Snubgate, where he failed to shake her hand in the Senate. Well, that was a problem. He got some flack for that. He looked small. He didn't look very generous. This is his opportunity to redeem himself and look like the gentleman. Exactly.
Wolf Blitzer describes one of Barack Obama's responses on Iraq as a swipe.
Yes.
But let's look at how Hillary reacts to that.
Senator Clinton, that's a clear swipe at you.
Really?
I wouldn't
We're
call it a swipe.
we're having such a good time. We are. We're having a wonderful time.
Absolutely.
And
what's happening there?
Yeah, what she does there, she does some mock surprise, her eyes go wide, and then she goes into smile. It's a very smart way to play it down, but this was her toughest point in the debate. Later on, he says, were you naive to believe George Bush? And her eyes narrow in anger, and she says to Wolf Blitzer, good try. That was genuine. This was stagecraft.
All right. Yesterday during the Republican debate, we saw John McCain leaning forward and crossing his arms on the desk. And we also saw Hillary Clinton doing that. What's that all about?
I think it's really different in her case. She won this debate last night. I could say hands down, but I'd actually say palms up from a nonverbal point of view. And I say palms up because what we got now with the Hillary Clinton who came back in New Hampshire.
More engaging?
More engaging, warmer. Her gestures are broader. She laughed, she smiled. In fact, she laughed so much that she sometimes laughed over Obama's lines. She was both softer and she was more almost traditionally masculine in that she talked more, she interrupted him more. She had stronger body language. This was a very strong performance for Hillary Clinton, in many ways reminiscent of what she did in New Hampshire.
Let me ask you about what happened at the very end. There was this cordial, I don't know if you call it an embrace, but they were talking to each other, sort of in each other's ears. We don't know what they were saying.
Sure.
But what was their body language saying at this moment? First of all, they're both talking at the same time, and then he taps her several times on the shoulder.
Yeah, I don't think they're really listening to what each other's saying. The whole key here is to create the visual opportunity. She's shaking her head. She's looking very animated. She's got a big smile on his face. This is important for Obama, though, because this was not a very good debate for him non-verbally. He looked more aloof, more distant at the time. The audacity of hope was actually hers in this debate. She had the audacity to put in a plug for her electronic town hall meeting.
That was pretty funny at the end.
That was pretty bold. He was not audacious. He didn't really sell hope. This was a good moment for him to say, I can come together, not just over the aisle to another party, but to the other candidacy. He needed this moment, and it was a good moment for her because she got to a more genuine smile than she sometimes gets to.
Dan, thanks so much for coming in. Interesting
Of course.
stuff. Appreciate it.